Hey, what's up? Welcome to episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I keep thinking this is a beer that I already had before, but according to Untap, I have not. This is Founders KBS Hazelnut Edition. Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels, 12% ABV. Bottled on January 26th of this year, I believe. Yep, January 26th. At 5:44 p.m. Logan, get down. I don't need your cat hair in my beard. Ah. Logan spilled a little bit of my beer. Alright. Like put him in. I'm gonna put him in my bedroom and close the door when I do these or something. Anyway, so I'm really curious how. I think I had the espresso version of this, and I wasn't too crazy about it. Actually, I haven't been crazy about KBS in years, if I'm being honest. Like, the last few times I've had it, it's only been like good, not great. Like, 3.5 to like 4. So hopefully this will be good. The perfectly balanced and decadent drinking experience of KBS meets the classic taste of hazelnut. This bourbon barrel aged stout, taking this bourbon barrel aged stout to a new level, KBS Hazelnut allows the existing premium coffee and chocolate notes to soar to new heights when accented by the nutty sweetness of hazelnut. Interesting. Maybe KBS is like one of those beers that you really do have to age it. Oh, man, Logan, you spilled beer everywhere. It's funny, it's only a little bit, but it's still got everywhere. Is anybody still watching after all that? Alright, so let's give it a whiff here. Yeah, that hazelnut is front and center. It smells almost like some kind of ice cream or something. Like really, really sweet. Yeah, very sugary. Yeah, I mean, it's just straight up hazelnut. It smells like hazelnut coffee creamer. Vanilla, chocolate candy, milk chocolate. The hazelnut is so powerful though. See, and I'm wondering, like, do they just like back sweeten it, or they just do KBS and just dump some hazelnut sweetener into it at the bottling, or is it aged on hazelnuts or something? I'm thinking it's probably back sweetened because it smells so sweet and like so thaw, I guess you could say. It doesn't smell like authentic, and also, like, I'm trying to pick up like the base, the base imperial style. I really don't get it. I don't get like bourbon. I don't get barrel. I just get hazelnut and chocolate. I mean, it smells like it's gonna be like decadent and delicious, which would be great. But at the same time, I mean, this is a bourbon barrel aged beer and an imperial stout, and I want to get all of that. So, yeah. And as far as appearance, yeah, very, very dark. Actually, we did have a thumb of head here, but Logan spilled it when he jumps off the table. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers. That is just a straight up liquid candy bar. Like, as soon as it hits your tongue, just bam, hazelnut and chocolate and vanilla. It just tastes like if you're at like a make your own sundae bar and like all those syrups you can put on it. I don't think there's hazelnuts here, but I mean, hazelnut is kind of similar to like caramel or butterscotch. Well, no, not butterscotch, but so I drink a little bit. I kind of like actually pay attention to it. Yeah, it is hazelnut. I can pick up like that coffee in there. The base imperial stout. I do get like the bourbon and the barrel quality like right on the finish, like a little bit of a woodiness, and that sweet bourbon flavor, quite potent, of course. Yeah, I mean, they call it like nutty. I agree with that. I mean, to me, it just tastes like Kind of like what I was saying on the aroma. I said, it just tastes like, or smells like ice cream. It kind of tastes like that. It tastes like, like one of those Ben and Jerry's ice creams that are like 10 million calories. So something really decadent like that. Although I will say, at least it lives up on that, because how many of these like imperial pastry stouts have I been reviewing the last couple of years, where it was like, real sweet the first sip and then it just kind of gets blah after that. I will say like the hazelnut and like the actual sweetness on here is holding up on every sip. As far as mouthfeel, yeah, pretty, I would say definitely pretty full, medium full mouthfeel. Bit of a creamy texture to it. Medium low carbonation. It does not feel sticky or syrupy, I will say. It doesn't feel flat either. In fact, it's actually pretty well carbonated. I might even say it's medium carbonated. So it's not, I love to do like a side by side one day. I have like this and like Marshall Zukof's and like Goose Island, Bourbon County, like all those big, huge, maybe like a Dogfish Head Worldwide, like all those big, huge imperial stouts, and like see, and especially drink them blind to see which one actually is like has the thickest mouthfeel. Yeah, so they're calling it hazelnut, and it definitely delivers on that. It's just I think they went a little overboard on the hazelnut. I think it should be a bonus flavor. It should be like our garnish, some kind of background flavor that you pick up. The problem is like it's just overshadowing everything. Like you really have to kind of concentrate here to get the coffee, the barrel character, the bourbon. To me, this just tastes like one of those imperial pastry stouts I would have got on Tavor a couple of years ago. Like from some startup brewery. This does not taste like KBS plus hazelnut. In fact, it doesn't even really taste like KBS at all, if I'm being honest. I will say that my sweet tooth appreciates this beer because it is very sweet. It's not cloying. Like I said, it's not syrupy. It's not sticky. It's a fine dessert beer. This would I'd probably do it with like plain cheesecake, vanilla ice cream. And if you're really adventurous, do this with like New York strip steak or prime rib, something like that, or maybe even like brisket. If you wanted to kind of like do that offset pairing, like that, the sweet, rich, really strong beer with like some kind of real savory, red meat. I wouldn't do this with fish or chicken. I think you gotta go red meat on this one, or dessert. But if you're gonna do dessert, you gotta go fairly neutral. That's why I say vanilla ice cream or plain cheesecake. Yeah, so to me, it's pretty tasty beer, enjoyable. I think it was $7.99 for this one bottle at Total Wine. It's a little overpriced. It's 12% ABV, so I guess we can get away with that. But still, as far as like the beer judge in me is thinking this is only okay. That it's more. I suspect that it's back sweetened. I suspect that it's just they just make KBS the way they regularly make it, and then they just throw some hazelnut extract in it right before they bottle it. It doesn't taste like it's like aged on hazelnuts or something. It just tastes like it's like borderline FMB on this. I'm pretty disappointed. I'm not getting like the real base stout there. I'm like there is like a little bit of coffee. The bourbon, the barrel are very, very background notes here. So this is it's like a 3.5 tops. I do enjoy drinking it, but I wouldn't be in a rush to go out and get another one. I will say for a 12% beer, it's very, very tame alcohol, very, very smooth. It's not burning. And for a very sweet beer, it's not like cloying and like, getting on my nerves or anything like that. Like I mean, just because, I mean, it's chocolate, vanilla, hazelnut. All these flavors are working. I just think that they went a little overboard with the hazelnut. Like I said, it should be a garnish. It should be a background note, but it's leading the it's the band leader with the staff or whatever. It should be something in the background, but yeah. So I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, the whole KBS and the variants. I mean, clearly that is to keep up with Goose Island's variants that they've been doing. I will say this is much more affordable than Goose Island, and I like that it comes in a 12-ounce bottle, not a 500 ml or 20, whatever that one was. But yeah, I mean, this would be it'd be fun for like a Christmas beer or like a dessert, like a birthday beer. I mean, this is straight up dessert beer. Like that's how I'm approaching. I'm not approaching it as like some kind of master stroke in brewing the way the original KBS was 10 years ago, or the original Goose Island Bourbon County. So yeah, I'm rambling. Yeah, so solid 3.5 on this one. It's not bad at all. It's just not it's fairly one dimensional. I will say it tastes good, but it's not the masterwork in brewing that it should be. It's I don't know. All right, so I'm going super long. If you watch all the end, you're awesome. I will see you whenever. All right, bye.